guilt today. Does anyone else relate to struggling with guilt? This is something that I've struggled with, and I just had kind of an epiphany on it, and I wanted to share it with you. Today is Wednesday, the 28th, and Burnout Proof Bootcamp is open, and we have an amazing group of people that have come together. I just am so thrilled about it. So that is happening. Registration closes tonight. If you are feeling that pull, then there's still a little bit of time left to join us. It'll close at midnight Pacific time. Today, I want to talk about guilt. And as you're hopping on, go ahead and say hi. If you're watching this later on the replay, please leave your comments and say hi too. This just becomes a really nice place to have a discussion. And if we haven't met yet, I'll just tell you to start with, my name is Bree of brighterfocus.com, and I help you take better care of yourself. My new program that I just launched is called Burnout Proof Bootcamp, and it's all about becoming burnout proof in our whole lives. So I work a lot with sign language interpreters on issues of burnout and self-care, but this applies to all of us. So hopefully the messages that I post can bring you a little bit of joy and a whole lot of permission to take care of yourself. Okay, so let's talk about guilt. I found myself thinking back on a situation that happened in my life that I felt really bad about, that I wished did not go the way that it went, that I wished I had made a different happening, and I found myself feeling guilty. And all of a sudden, I recognized, as I looked at that situation from this vantage point today, I felt this familiar old guilt come up, and then I thought, wow, I am missing so much of this picture by wallowing in my guilt. And wallowing may be sort of an exaggeration, but that's really what we do when we're in that place of guilt. We're feeling badly about ourselves. We feel sorry for what we have done. It's very centered in our ego, in this place of me as an individual, and it feels very personal. What I recognized suddenly that I was missing was all of this gratitude that was available to me, because in that situation, when I look at it from the perspective of, oh, I did this thing that I feel really bad about, I feel so sorry for, I'm in guilt. When I open up to gratitude, I realize, oh my gosh, so many people had my back in that situation. There's so much that could have gone way worse that didn't. It felt like there was an element of the universe really catching me in that moment when I made a very human decision, which, as we know, our decisions are never perfect and often don't turn out as we want them to. But there's this whole support system that was there to catch me, and I just felt this flood of positive emotions, and what that brought to me was humility. It brought humility where it felt really humbling, like, wow, there's a lot of grace here to be had, and I'm missing it when I'm stuck in my own pain and my own guilt, my own ego about what happened and what I chose to do. I'm just like ignoring and neglecting the gifts that the people around me and the universe is giving me in that moment. I thought, what a huge shift, because so often, especially when we're talking about self-care, so often what we get hung up on is feeling guilty. For those of us who are parents, it's a big one. Yes, Liska, thank you. Guilt and fear are such liars. And Atika, I think you're amazing also. We're all going through these things. So as we're trying to take better care of ourselves, one of the things that can often come up is guilt about what that means maybe that we're not doing for other people that we are used to doing for other people, or that other people are used to having us do for them. if we're parents, then children or partners may be looking to us to be filling their needs in a moment where we really need to take care of something first before we can give to other people. And so that guilt can be a place that keeps us stuck a lot of times. And if we can flip the perspective here, because it's really just two sides of the same coin, instead of looking from this ego place of guilt, when we can recognize that, if we can flip it and go, wow, what is here for me to be thankful for me to, what grace is available to me in this moment, so that I can get out of myself and really show up in oneness with all. So one example of this, where this comes up often, is in apologizing for being late. And I heard this, I don't remember who said it. If someone has the source, that would be awesome. Go ahead and share it. But just this flip on, instead of apologizing for being late, oh, I'm so sorry that I'm late, thank the other person for waiting. Wow, thank you so much for waiting. I meant to be here 5 minutes ago, and now I'm here, and I really appreciate you waiting for me. So that changes it from talking about ourselves and talking about our lack and talking about maybe our excuse to talking about what a gift this other person has given us in this moment just by waiting for us when we're late. So I just want to leave you with this idea that we embrace grace. Embrace the grace that is there for us all the time. And recognizing our guilt and flipping it into gratitude can be one way to do that. So, take care of yourselves. It is the most important work you can do for everyone around you. Remember that I love you, and please leave your comments on guilt and gratitude, your thoughts, your struggles. How does this show up in your life? I'd love to hear about it. Okay, take good care. Bye-bye.